All right, here we are, our 2014 MasterCraft X-30. This is a one-owner boat, and there is also going to be a trailer included with this one. This current slip and lift is not transferable. But like I said, there is going to be a 2014 matching trailer that's going to be included with this one. And of course, if you're wanting to locate a home for it here on Norris Lake, feel free to reach out to us through the website. We'll be happy to talk through some available options for you. This dock actually, where we're at right now this afternoon, is actually a private dock, so slip can only be transferred with limited options here where we currently are. So as usual, we're here for our video walkthrough tour. You're going to be able to find the full list of specifications, current asking price, and all that good stuff. It's all going to be over at our website. Of course, that's yournewboat.com. And for your convenience, there will be a direct link to this one down in that video description. You'll be able to either click on that or copy and paste that. It's going to take you right to the listing page of this one. We're going to see all those options on this one, all the specifications for it, as well as all of our contact information. We don't monitor YouTube comment page, so if you do have any questions about this one or want to schedule a time to come see it in person or set up a viewing of it or anything like that, you're going to want to do so through our website. Again, that's at yournewboat.com. But again, for your convenience, down in that video description is going to be a direct link to this one. And then, of course, once you do make it over there, you'll find ways where you can contact us by phone, by text, or by email, whatever's most convenient for you. We do like to remind everybody, if you do send us a email, if it's been one business day you have not gotten an email reply, check that spam folder. We get a high rate of our replies end up in people's spam folders. And, of course, if you call us on the phone, you happen to get our voicemail, and you want to return phone call, all you got to do is make sure you leave us a message. If you do want better, leave us a detailed message. Let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as we either finish with the customer or return to sales service area, we'll be glad to return that call and have all those questions answered for you. So we do have the Gen 2 surf system on this one. Of course, we've got the ZeroOff cruise control. We've got a folding tower. We've got a heater. This one's got the 6.0 liter Ilmor V-Drive V8 engine, fuel injected. I believe that one comes in at about, I believe it's 382 horsepower. And we're going to step on over to this one. We've got the covered swim platform. We do have a few little scars on here, probably from board sliding in the water. We're going to get a little bit more up close and personal with all that stuff later after we've done a full walkthrough tour. I do want to point out while we are here on the swim deck, we do have a Fusion stereo remote right there. We've actually got 3 stereo remotes on this one. And again, that's a good look at that folding tower equipped with 4 JL audio tower speakers. Of course, we've got the swivel board racks on either side. And we've also got the walk-through transom. It's going to let you get from the swim deck into the cockpit of the boat, mostly without having to step on a seat. We do have our seat back here in the cockpit. You've kind of got your typical V-Drive seat arrangement. And we do have that one there that's a little bit of a step to make over top of, but it is not that bad. Of course, when you've got bare feet, it's going to be a lot more acceptable to actually step on a seat cushion. I like to avoid that at all possible, especially if I'm wearing any shoes. Now, we do have kind of a little bit of convertible seating options here. I'll go all the way flat with that one first, show you it. You've just got a little sun lounge here if you like it. Of course, we've also got a Bimini top mounted on that folding tower, and we've got it just in that storage booth for right now. We've also got a filler cushion for back here on our engine hatch here that will snap in. You can see we got 4 snaps in each corner. That will fill in, so that's going to give you a large sun lounge right there as well. Now this seat right here is also going to raise up like that. That gives you a nice rear-facing seat right there where you can watch your riders or surfers. We've got 4 stainless steel cup holders right at the foot of that bench seat right there. And of course, we've got 2 more on either side, over your starboard side and your port side as well. And when you want to put that back into place, Bear with me here. There's just kind of actually have to have a little bit of up force on that to kind of release that locking mechanism to let you go from one side to the other. But yeah, just having that up force. You do that more than a few times, you're going to get the hang of it. It's going to be a lot easier. So, upholstery's in good shape on this one. This is a one-owner boat again. We've got the snap-in flooring throughout the interior here. Got a lot of features on this one. I'm going to go ahead and raise this seat right here. This one's on hinges, which I always like. We've got a little integrated waste bin right there, and then that's a 36-quart Igloo integrated storage right there. Okay, our driver's seat's going to have a flip-up bolster seat. I believe they call that the Master View seat. It's going to let you get a little bit better view over top your driver's helm right there. Especially when you have this loaded down. If you're doing any surfing, things like that, your bow is going to want to come up on you. And if you've got some passengers up there as well, it's always nice to have a little bit of help seeing over that. We've also got the tilt steering wheel right here at your driver's seat as well. Subwoofer just behind that driver's seat. JL audio speaker right there as well. And then, of course, we got a little storage caddy right here next to your driver's seat. We've also got a 12-volt power outlet right there. There's going to be an auxiliary and a USB input for our stereo. 2 stainless steel cup holders right here at your driver's seat as well. And then we've also got your ignition key is going to go down here. There's going to be a switch for your underwater lights. There's going to be your ballast tanks, fill and empty positions. You're going to have port, starboard side, and that's going to be the center tank right there. And then it's going to be your surf tabs right here. Functional horn. And then if I'm going to go ahead and just turn that key to the on position right there, we'll power up this screen right here. We've already got it on, let's see, I believe we've got that on just, yep, that's our cruise screen right there. That's going to let you pick your speed, desired speed. That's going to be your speed once you do start moving. Of course, that's telling you if your cruise is on or off. That's powered by ZeroOff. And then here's your tanks, your port side tank, your starboard tank, as well as your center tank. This is going to be your surf tabs right here for that Gen 2 surf system. And of course, you can customize this once you get something dialed in for one of your riders. It's going to be a regular with you. You can save a profile for that rider. It'll save you some time anytime you are going out and about. So that's going to be your profile page right there. That's where you're going to let you pick from any saved settings you might already have. And then this is going to be your gauges. Kind of integrated in with your engine. That 6.0 liter Ilmor V-Drive V8 fuel injected engine that we'll be showing you here shortly, that's got 1,104.1 engine hours on it. Again, this is all single owner. We've also got air and water temperature gauge. There's going to be your speed and your battery volts right there. It's also going to give you a depth reading as well. Of course, we're out of the water right now sitting on a lift, so we're not going to see that at the moment. And this is going to be your ballast page right here. Is where you can control those surf tabs or your ballast tanks. And then this is also integrated up with the Fusion stereo system on here. That's turned off right now. We do have 4 different zones for your stereo. You get your bow, your cockpit, your subwoofer, and your tower. And of course, those can all be controlled independently or at the same time. We flip back over here to your gauge screen right there. Another 12-volt power outlet right here. So that's 2 12-volt outlets just right here at your driver's seat. We've also got a switch to turn on lights for all of our speakers. Actually, I'll leave that on for the moment here. That's going to have power speakers are going to light up. And all 4 of our cockpit speakers as well as that subwoofer right there. Now those are the LED lights, so that, you know, sometimes gives the illusion that it's actually flashing. It is not. So we've also got some courtesy lights in here as well throughout our cockpit. I'll try to point those out as we go along. Before I do leave the driver's seat here, I also want to point out we function tested all of our switches up here. Blower functions just fine. You've got a rear bilge pump, a forward bilge pump, and we're going to have a cluster gauge. It's going to have oil pressure, engine temp, and fuel gauge. Large speedometer right here in the middle, tachometer over here just to the port side of it. And then this is going to be our courtesy light switch. We've also got storage lights. We've got your nav lights and your anchor light. And then this is going to be your heater control. This is going to be a two-speed heater that's going to heat the cockpit. And then here's your driver stereo remote. Essentially, you got two driver stereo remotes if you think about it, because you've also got the ability to use your stereo controls on this integrated touchscreen over here. But then we've also got this Fusion remote unit right here at your driver's seat as well. So we'll go ahead and turn that key off there. I know our battery's a little bit low. This one has not been de-winterized yet for the season, so typically once that does happen, if those batteries need to be replaced, the seller will be doing so. Now, right across the aisle over here at your passenger seat, we've got a nice little MasterCraft logo glove box. This is going to be where that main Fusion head unit is for that stereo. Is going to be right here. This is going to be AM, FM. Of course, you've got a Fusion Link app as well. Let me let this load here for you. It's going to be Sirius satellite ready. And then right there, this is where you can do all your zones independently or all at the same time. There we go. Let me get that turned down here. I do want to show you here. This is going to be your AM, FM, two auxiliary inputs, Bluetooth. One of those USB inputs is going to be right here. And then, of course, you've also got the auxiliary and USB inputs over here by your driver's seat. And then, of course, you've also got the Bluetooth controls as well. So just wanted to show you that. Let's see, that was right here that had all those lit up for you here. We'll go ahead and turn that off. There's going to be, when you've got that storage light switch on, that's where you're going to get some light in all of our storage compartments. See that one come on right there. Another 12-volt outlet right here. And then we've also got a USB connection as well as an HDMI and video info connection as well. So let me go ahead and turn that storage switch off. Go ahead and close this. This one's rated for 16 persons. Got another cup holder right here. Let's see how many cup holders we have. We got 4 up there in the bow. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, of course, whenever you flip this one up, that's where you're going to have 16 total on here. So everybody's going to have one whenever this rear seat's actually in that rear facing position. Everybody's going to have their own cup holder. Now this looks like you've got 3 right here. This is actually going to be one of your heater vents right here. That's for that cockpit heater. And we've got another one of those over here on this side right here. Typically those that twist a little bit. There it goes. That's where you can control that heater vent. And there's going to be another one down here at your driver's feet as well. And in addition to that cockpit heater, I should also point out that our Bimini top that is folded up right now, it does have some Issenglass attachments that are going to go around your windshield right here. That's basically just a clear plastic. And again, that's not going to be a full enclosure, but it's going to go from about, well, actually just think of it as following that windshield line. From the tower, it's going to connect down to that windshield line. So it's basically going to have the ability to really block out the outside air in this boat whenever you're running down the lake. So those cooler times of the year, maybe early spring, late fall, maybe if you want to go out there in the middle of winter, you can have that heater cranked up and have that Issenglass in place, and it's going to help hold a lot of that air in. We've also got the wind block right up here in this bow area right here. This is going to go all the way across. It's going to lock into place right here. Of course, this is going to slide over to lock that in, and then you've got your walk through windshield there. It's going to close that off. So you can have that Issenglass all the way down to go basically going from above that windshield to where that Bimini top line is. Have all this air blocked off, and that will help hold a lot of that heat in the cockpit for those that are out there early season, late season. Large storage compartment under here on this seat right here. That's all on a hinge right there. That's actually going to be our bow filler cushion right down here. It's just kind of stowed away. It's a nice deep storage compartment in there. And then we've got some pass-through storage right here. It's going to be the location of our dual batteries. that whole compartment's actually going to pass through up here to the bow area. And that's going to be the other side of that. Now our stereo JL audio amps are going to be right here. This is going to be a snap cover for our bow area right here. So we've got a cockpit, or we've got a bow cover, and we're going to have a full mooring cover as well. And then of course the Issenglass for that Bimini top. Another storage compartment right there. And I'm going to pull this seat out here just so I can show you this Issenglass. This Issenglass is in really good condition. Let me pull out a corner of it here just so you can get a feel for it. Yeah, see, that's nice and clear still. Hasn't yellowed. All appears to be in really good shape, and really looks like it's had minimal use as well. All right, we've got a self-draining cooler right underneath this seat right here. It's about the only seat that's not on a hinge. That's going to be a little drain for it right there. We'll go in here, and then we've got a small little anchor storage locker underneath this seat back right here. Kind of pops into place, and then here's going to be that bow stereo remote right there. So you're going to have full controls of the stereo right here, as well as your driver's seat. Of course, that passenger is going to have it in the glove box, and then another stereo remote there on that swim platform. I believe this one comes with about 1,800 pounds of factory ballast. We do have hard tanks in either compartment back here. Let's go ahead and dive into there. Raise this hatch up right here. That will let you raise the engine hatch. And then one more over here. It's going to be our port corner hatch. Now, do have our mooring cover. This is going to be a cover. It's going to secure below the rub rail. And then we've actually got, we'll have some photos of this on the website. They've actually got attachments that are going to go below that rub rail and hang down. And what that does is that's going to keep the boat, and it's even going to go over the swim platform as well. So it's really going to cut down on the amount of UV that the exterior of the boat is getting when that is fully covered. Again, we'll have some photos of that at the website just to show you. It's basically going to be a zip attachment. It's going to go from the rub rail down to basically down to the bottom of the boat, or about where the water line would be. Now, of course, this one's up on a lift right here. So here's this Ilmor. Again, this is the M V8 6.0 liter. I believe that translates 382 prop horsepower. Of course, a V drive. This is going to be a removable ski pylon. Is going to go into place right here. We'll have a photograph of that in place. Essentially, you're just going to pull that cap out, and that whole pylon will go in place right there. If you're pulling any inflatables, anybody in tubes or anything like that, you really want to pull them off of this platform. There's going to be another tow hook kind of at the transom of the boat. I'll try to point that out to you whenever we're stepping back off of this. That's where you're going to want to pull, like I said, anybody in an inflatable or tube. Now, skiers, wakeboarders, surfers, everybody else can go off the tower, but those inflatables can be quite heavy, and they can actually kind of cause damage to tower or put stress cracks in the boat around where your tower is mounted. Got a little bit of pollen on here just from the amount of time we've had the cover off the boat while we've been taking photos of it. We do have a small little scratch right there, but I was just going to show you there are no stress cracks right there around those tower mounts. Of course, these are nice and beefed up as well. Typically going to get that from those factory installed towers. So not a whole lot of room down there to show you a whole lot of what's going on around that engine, but appears to be a very clean engine, especially for the amount of hours on this one. So over here on this side, let me move this filler cushion out here. I'll show you where this goes here in a moment. But I also want to point out, so in addition to the factory tanks, we've also got the ballast bags. These bags are going to be auxiliary ballast on both your port and starboard sides. We've also got the full tank just below the floor here. So see that valve right there? That's actually going down to the tank. It's kind of in the floor right here. So there's also a tank. Excuse me, that factory ballast is going to be in the floor, and then it's also got the center tank right here. So you can see where this carpet's cut out. There's no in-floor storage locker right here. That's because that's where that center ballast is located. So you've got essentially 3 factory tanks and then the addition of these additional ballast bags that are going to be above the floor down there. We go ahead and close our engine hatch, and then I'll show you. We do have snaps for this, and this is going to go in place right here, and that can be all secured down. You do want to snap this down if you're out with this cushion on, because it can blow off. Okay, so there's that filler cushion right there. So that's going to give you full use of that entire lounge area right back there. Okay. Pull this one off just so I can get through back there. I got a little bit of a stain on this corner. Upholstery's in really good condition on this one. I think you heard me say that already. We did kind of go over our bow area up here. A little bit of a line on the top of this seat cushion right there. Again, this one's in really good condition. We've also got the PTM Edge rear view mirror. This gives you a nice wide range of view back there. So go ahead and pull this windshield closed. I believe I showed you everything I needed to here inside the boat. Yeah, we went over the glove box, pointed out cup holders and speakers and all that good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me climb back over the back. And we're going to get up close and personal and start looking for any of that wear and tear that I mentioned earlier. We're going to try to show you all that. This one does have a integrated little camera attachment here. That's going to fit or be a hookup for about any camera, but that's an older GoPro case right there. But this little guy right here is going to allow that to follow your rider. Your tow line's going through there, and then that way this is going to move whenever your riders move. Keep them in field of view of your camera. We do have the swing board racks here. Let me show you these before I step all the way off the boat. Wakeboards are not included. See if I can operate this with one hand. That's got to come down just a little bit. That's going to swing. Of course, that'll catch right there. And then you can do that again as well and move it on around. And that's going to lock in right there. These board racks here have these integrated clamps built in. You go to this position right here with it. So that's going to let you release those. You can see our little clamps get tighter, and then pull that down and they'll kind of lock into place. So that replaces those straps you used to have to do. And of course, those straps never seem to last. So, okay, well, now let me climb back over to our swim platform here. Okay, showed you that stereo remote back here. I promise you I'd show you your other tow hookup right here. This is actually where rope's going to come underneath that and around here, or the other way and go over and then through there. But that's another tow point right there if you're pulling inflatables. And but you've also got the little pop-up pylon right there. It's going to go into place. Okay. All right, so we've got this nice large swim platform. Like I said, there is some wear on this. This is really to be expected because this is where your wakeboard is going to be sliding on and off of this. So you can see we've got some marks on that. And then we've also got a few scratches along this edge of this fiberglass of this swim platform as well. Another mark right here, kind of into the sparkle in the back of that. Another one here. This is all kind of typical marks you're going to get from wakeboards being back here. A little bit of wear right in here, and this just looks to me just like some oxidation right here in this one corner. Okay, and then let me change my hold a little bit. Let me go below the platform here, get you a look at these big surf tabs. And you're going to see these underwater lights right there. So your underwater lights are going to be, see if I can point them out for you. That's one right there. Here's your other one. Of course, these are your exhaust flaps right here. And then, of course, you've also got that center tab as well. And then, of course, that's a 4-blade bronze prop and your rudder down there as well. And then your other surf tab can be right over here underneath the platform. Okay, bear with me here. Let me change I was holding the camera again. And let's go around the exterior here as promised. So hop back off over to here. All right, so I kind of called your attention to some of those marks on the edge of that platform. Down here below the water line, at least the directly bottom of the boat, your prop, rudder, everything looks good. We've got some other marks kind of right on the edge of this hull line right in here. Right on there, we've got some marks right on that edge. Of course, that's one right there. A few little marks, depending on how the light hits it, for you to see kind of in that sparkle area. And then let me kind of stretch over here, give you a look right there below at that edge. We've got just a few marks on there. We're gonna have that kind of going down both sides of the boat. That is about the majority of the wear and tear on this one. It's all kind of right down here, right on that little edge line. We've got I think about 3 little marks actually kind of through the gel coat. I'll show you when we get to those. Gonna kind of follow that run up. And right there, that's gonna be one of those. That's kind of into that fiberglass just a little bit. And we're gonna have that again right in there. That one's a little bit smaller of the two. And then a few other little areas of dock rash right here. So you've got that little line right in there. Pull back again. Dual fuel fills on this one. We got a 60-gallon fuel tank you can fill up from either side. So when you got this on the trailer, you're always going to have a fuel fill up as the same side as your truck. And then of course, same thing whenever you're pulling into the marina, you're always going to have a fill up no matter which side of the dock you pull in. Now we've got a few little marks. You can see that right there. It's a little bit of dock rash on there. And then we've got some stress cracks right here at this pull-out cleat. And that's kind of going around, all the way around this cleat right here. Now we did not see that on any of the other cleats. It's just this one right here where we've got those stress cracks. So I want to point that out to you. All right, now let's get back up to where we left off at. A few other little marks right into that black gel coat right there. And then there was a few kind of in right just below that rub rail right in there. Some of these, the light has to hit it just right. So we'll kind of move this camera around, try to get you. This is the one we showed you a minute ago with those 2 little marks right down there on that edge. And I think that's about where those stop. We got a small little mark right there. And reposition right up here above the rub rail. Got a little chip in that gel coat right there. See if we can focus on that. Look there. And now we've got to relocate, go around our dock box here. Rest of our hull line up here looks really good. Slight little mark, just barely right in there. My fingernail's just barely catching that. This right here, and of course, got a little bit of pollen on there. I'm just trying to wipe to show you that those aren't marks. This right here is a good chance something like that's going to go away when this one gets a really professional detail on there. And a few other little marks up here around this pull-out cleat as well. We're gonna have, I think I said, we've got 6 of these. Basically 2 up here on the bow, 2 at the stern, 2 in the middle of the boat. A few little scratches right there, just real minor stuff right there. Rest of our hull line, gel coat, everything looks really good and clean up here. There's some real minor stuff up here near our bow cleat right here, nothing major for sure. A few little scuffs, and then going down below the water line up here, everything looks real good as well. Let me zoom on there for you. Everything looks good, all the way down through there. All right, let's pull back. We'll go down over here on our starboard side of the boat, trying to get you a view. And again, up here near the front of the boat, very similar to the other side. Everything looked really good up here. It was only just kind of that edge down near the water line. A few little very very minor little marks on this up here above the rub rail. Move that camera angle a little bit so you can see those. Okay, and then let me go back down below the rub rail here. There's somebody coming to say hi. Looks like a pretty good size right there. He's coming all the way up. Okay. So here's kind of what we saw on the other side. Same thing's kind of going along. That right there, that fingernail's kind of catching an edge right there. And that trend's going to kind of continue as we move on back through this one. And then there's the other mark on this side that's kind of just went all the way through that gel coat right in there. Rest of those are a lot more minor. So you got three of those where you've kind of got, it's gone through the gel coat. 2 on the port side, 1 over here on our starboard side. Oh, wait a second. No, there's gonna be 4 of those. There's gonna be 2 on each side. And here's another one. So kind of similar to the other side. We have one a little bit bigger than the other. And then a few more of those marks, kind of that same trend continuing as we go back. In just a few of those areas. And I'm starting to lose a little bit of what I was using to stand on right there, so we got to stretch a little bit more for these. All the way on back, and then one little mark right in there. Okay. I think that just about covers our wear and tear. Back over here to where we started. Over here on this side, we've got that kind of little rub area on this corner, that transom. That, to me, that just looks like some oxidation, or maybe something was on there rubbing. But good detailer might be able to get that to shine again. A few little marks right up here on this corner right there. And then I'll show you right over here. There's another one. I think I caught that one a minute ago before we stood all the way up. Kind of had to move to get all the way under this side, and then there was that one right there. And again, none of these were, I mean, fingernails just barely kind of catch an edge on some of those. But there were, like I said, there was two spots on either side where that mark kind of did go through the gel coat. Those at a minimum at least need to be kind of filled in with some good sealant, maybe some 3M 4200 possibly, or just some good caulking for any time this boat's left in the water. Get you another look at our running gear from this side of the boat. There's that Gen 2 surf system. And I think that's going to do it. So let me go ahead and step across. Of course, again, over at the website, we're going to have the full list of specifications, options, features, current asking price, and all the different ways where you can contact us. Again, you'll be able to reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email. And again, down in that video description is where you're going to see the link to go over to our website for this one. Of course, if you're watching this on a device where you cannot view that video description, our website's yournewboat.com. Once you make it there, you can see that orange lettering, let you know you're at the right place. And just look for that Find Your New Boat button. It's going to be the top left-hand corner. When you click that, it's going to load all of our inventory and order a price. So all you got to do is scroll down until you get to the 2014 MasterCraft X-30 wakeboard and surf boat for sale, again, here on the beautiful freshwaters in Norris Lake, Tennessee. There is a trailer included with this one. It's going to be a tandem axle, MasterCraft trailer. Same boat, or same trailer came with this boat when it was new. And again, this is a one-owner boat. So again, refer to the website for all the details, as well as contact us. As we start to wrap up here, 2 things going to be coming up over top of your screen. One's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist there at YouTube. If you're trying to see everything we currently have for sale, but you do not want to leave YouTube, that is the place to go to, is that current listings playlist. And the other corner is going to be a link to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we invite you to do so. I thank you again for joining us. Again, this is the 2014 MasterCraft X-30 ski, wake, and surf boat for sale. trailer included, one owner here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. And I thank you again for joining us.